immigration is going to save America. Now, that's already going to cause a bunch of hate comments. That's already going to have a bunch of people hating on us in the comments. But it's important to recognize, okay, if we only look at U.S. population growth due to natural change, this is births minus deaths, our population growth in 2024 would only be 0.7. That would be our population
Which
growth.
means it's shrinking,
Yes,
right?
which
Like
means
one is staying even.
No, 2 is staying even.
Okay. You're talking about average births per woman then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, no. 1 is correct. Yes. This
Okay.
is not births per woman. You're right.
Okay.
So, yes, because 1 on this chart would be 2. Do you know what I mean by that? Do you know what I mean by that? Forget it. Doesn't matter.
1 is maintaining.
Yes, which would be 2 would be maintaining 2 births per woman.
Okay.
So 0.7 would be our, we'd steadily be declining with our population.
Yeah.
Okay. Because of immigration, we are gaining 2 million people. I'm sorry, 1.2 million people in 2024 due to immigration. Only 0.7 due to births.
So
minus
700,000
Yes.
based on births minus
deaths.
deaths. Okay.
Yes. Okay. 700,000 births.
Wait.
No. Oh, can we start this fucking clip over?
Okay.
Fuck. All right. God damn it.
I looked at this chart, dude. I don't understand it.
Oh, now I get it. It's saying that 0.7 births minus deaths, the population would still grow, but only by 700,000.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Now I get it.
So our okay.
Fuck me. All right. Okay.
Are you sure about that? Though?
Positive. It says millions on the left. Components of U.S. population net change.
Yeah.
Millions on the left. Gray is natural change, births minus deaths.
No. Okay. That's what I thought as well. But to me, as long as the U.S. population continuing to grow in 2033, to me is a sign that is not immigration is going to save us. Maybe was that the title of the article?
No, but it definitely is.
Dude,
it is. That's not sustainable for Social Security at all.
No, maybe not.
Okay.
Okay, is that going to be your argument here?
That's one of them.
Okay, I'm just saying, compared to all of our competitor countries, the fact that we still will have a growing population
Yes,
in
is
2033,
very different.
we are so far ahead of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't say immigration will save us.
No, I mean you can. It's whatever.
Okay. I'm just saying immigration is good for America. Is that not? What do you want me to say?
That's almost too broad, right? I don't know. No, I mean I would.
I'm saying immigration will save us.
Okay.
Okay. So now I want to talk about how immigration will save the United States. That's very hyperbolic. There's going to be a lot of comments down below saying that, I'm terrible and we're evil people, but whatever.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
I want to talk about how immigration is going to keep us not only competitive on the international stage, but improve our economy, strengthen our social safety net, and overall make us a more vibrant society, right? So in 2024, our population growth would only be 700,000 people if we just took our natural change. This is births minus deaths, only 700,000. Because of immigration, we will be gaining another 1.2 million people in 2024. This 1.2 million growth because of immigration will stay at is expected to stay at 1.2 for the next decade, while our population from natural change, births minus deaths, will continue to decrease.
I'm just imagining someone who's anti-immigration watching this is you're describing my nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to tell you why that's actually a good thing. You should get over it, okay? Because what's your reasoning? We'll get over whatever. We'll talk about it, okay?
Yeah.
So without all of this, okay? Without all this immigration, we could be on the path of a Germany's demographic picture.
Totally.
We could be going down that path if we don't absorb these immigrants that can make our economy strong, increase our consumer spending, and secure our social safety net. Now, how is all that possible? Well, the CBO assumes that the surge in immigration that began in 2022 will continue to grow throughout 2026 and then eventually subside. Okay. Now, because of all this immigration growth, the Congressional Budget Office, that's the CBO, is projected to boost the growth rate of the GDP by an average of 0.2 percentage points a year. That is 2 percentage points larger in 2034 than it would be otherwise. This makes our economy $7 trillion larger than it would have been otherwise.
That's crazy.
That's absolutely insane.
yeah.
Now, now this is like the devil's advocate here. Real GDP per person will be 0.8% smaller in 2034 because of the increase in immigration. But this burden of a decrease of GDP per capita will be felt by the incoming migrants.
Which of course makes sense.
Which of course makes sense.
Because they're going to be the I don't know if least productive?
Least productive is the right word.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to be like the least productive. They're going to be on the lowest end of the value chain of production, right? So this per capita decline will be most felt by immigrants and not by the native-born population, because native-born workers are actually going to end up climbing the ranks of industries way faster as the immigrants start taking the lower skilled jobs, right? And so now, obviously, we recognize that this isn't going to be possible for every worker, right? Not everyone can become a manager. That's not going to happen. But positive wage growth will return in real terms by 2027. So even if, all worst case scenario, you don't get promoted, your pay actually increases after 2027 due to all this immigration, because the increased demand that the immigrants are spurring in the economy.
Are you saying that initially the wages of native-born Americans will drop?
Native-born low skill will drop.
Really?
That's what the CBO is projecting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of challenges my understanding.
No, it doesn't challenge Borjas' understanding. Remember when we were doing the immigration deep dive and the economist Borjas said that, like, if there were to be any negative wage effects, it would be felt at the lowest end of the economic spectrum?
Yes, but I wouldn't have expected there to be any negative wage effects. That's my point.
No. I knew, there are some negative wage effects for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was when you didn't, that was like our whole thing.
No, the whole thing is that the immigrant workers don't compete with the native-born workers because they take different jobs.
But that's not what Borjas found at all. Borjas found, like, for the small percentage of Americans that don't have a high school diploma, their wages get negatively impacted.
Borjas also is in the minority of the economists in this debate. Most economists find that they just don't compete for the same jobs.
I don't know if that's true that Borjas is in the minority of the debate.
I'm pretty sure that that's what I remember researching. I haven't looked back into like the specifics of the debate in a while.
Yeah.
But they take farm jobs. They take construction jobs. They take, like, the jobs that I think about them taking are where all of the labor shortages are.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what Jerome Powell actually says specifically. Like, immigration is extremely good for the economy because they're going into these sectors that current American workers aren't filling, right? Yeah. But now that could also decrease the average wage growth, obviously, because if we have a bunch of, like, the aggregate can only tell you so much.
Sure.
If a bunch of now low-skilled jobs get added into the economy, average wages go down. Does that mean your wage specifically goes down?
Exactly.
No.
That's my question.
But the average wage gets pulled down in the aggregate.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense to me.
Yes. But but that's an argument or a conversation for another day with that.
Yeah. Well, I just think that's extremely important to communicate, because, like, that's a super powerful argument. Like, that's why Bernie Sanders used to be anti-immigration.
Yeah.
Super powerful argument against immigration, and one that needs to be heeded.
Right. The distribution of these immigrants across the country are going to be different depending on where you live. By 2020, I think by 2034, 27% of California will be foreign born. 22% of Florida will be foreign born. 23% of New York. 70% of Texas. Now, what I think is interesting here is, so far, this is not the highest amount of foreign-born population the U.S. has had in its history.
Really?
No, the highest is still back in the 1910s.
Okay.
Even if we go back to this, right, the highest is still going to be after the Italian immigration wave, after the Irish immigration wave, though that age is still the highest point in American immigration.
Okay.
But now what makes this so good is that all of these immigrants are going to create or are going to fill the labor shortages that exist in our economy. Take the lower value added jobs, then higher added value jobs can come back to the American worker, be created for them. And because our population is going to continue to grow at a rapid pace, we are going to be able to fully fund our retirement plans way more effectively than any other country in the G7.
Okay.
Because we have more workers that are going to be in their prime of life as the Gen Xers and eventually millennials retire, because that's going to happen, we will be able to fund Social Security no issues if we do what we said we need to do last episode.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a whole other topic. But point is, immigration is beneficial for all of this. Again, these immigrants don't receive Social Security benefits. An immigrant only receives Social Security benefits for the child that they have in the United States who's a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
That's the only one who receives any type of disability or welfare payments or food stamps or anything like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that the economy is going to grow $7 trillion because of this increase in immigration, this is something that politicians need to be out there saying more frequently.
Yeah.
This is a massive positive. They need to be selling how immigration is a good thing. They don't always need to be on the defensive of the immigration topic. They should be embracing it in a lot of ways, and then embracing it and then moving towards a good immigration system that increases the number of legal immigrants. That's what they need to be pushing with.
Yeah, of legal immigrants. I thought about this a bit this week. The problem is you can't be okay with illegal immigration. You can't have a political platform that's like, let's bring in more illegal immigrants.
No, because nobody wants that. No one's like pro illegal immigration. That's not going to happen.
But because they've won this current iteration of setting the conversation, the anti-immigration folk have, we need to address that first. Like anything that we try to do to increase and better the legal immigration system is going to be countered with, you have to handle illegal immigration first.
I almost disagree with you, because asylum seekers aren't illegal, but they call them illegal anyway. Right? Asylum seekers literally are not illegal.
Yes.
They've acclaimed asylum.
Yes.
That's not illegal, but they call them illegal anyway.
Fair.
Like, I feel like they'll call anyone illegal.
I
don't think they're literally calling people that aren't illegal right now.
Well, yes, but I think asylum seekers are different than asylum receivers. As far as like who you can argue is illegal versus not.
Not really. If you're claimed for asylum, you're not illegal.
Technically.
Well, yeah.
But especially given the fact that we know most people seeking asylum aren't granted asylum, that we know that, or at least it's widely reported, that asylum seekers come here knowing that they'll be released into the country while they wait their trials. Like that's much easier to argue against than they went through the whole system. They were granted asylum by the court, and now they're here legally.